Hey, and a good evening to everybody out there. Welcome back to the Brick City Blockade podcast here on episode 70 live, coming to you on this fine Wednesday evening, the eve of 4th of July for all of you hot dog lovers, for all you burger flippers, for all of you beer drinkers. This is the time where you put on your overalls, you fire up the grill, and you celebrate 4th of July. I know we all have our ways of doing it. However, here at the crew, we like to celebrate a little series on these reviews called The Acolyte, which we're going to break down
Well,
the
to
latest
be
episode
fair,
too.
it's the only year we've actually gotten the Acolyte so far.
Next year.
How we're celebrating this year.
According to some, Star Wars has been dead for so long, though. So,
Oh, yeah.
there's that. There's that as well.
It's a dead franchise, even though it keeps putting out product.
Shaylin has some words for the fandom this evening, I'm sure, when it comes to that. Anyway, in the spirit of the 4th of July, Andrew, you do not know. In the spirit of 4th of July, as fireworks are firing off both in Hampton, New Hampshire, and down in Massachusetts,
Yes.
I think it's appropriate that we also celebrate our 4th of July. And we bring up all the great memories, including those from a galaxy far, far away. Guys, it is 4th of July. Happy 4th of July to
What was that last thing that popped up?
Oh, you want to see it again? You and Jordan Washington saying, "Who me?
Who me?"
I love it.
Oh, happy 4th of July to everybody out there. Of course, we're going to go around. The crew is here. Mr. Sean Michaud is here. Sean, happy 4th. And
happy 4th.
Yeah.
Well, happy 3rd, but happy 4th in a couple hours.
I know, in just a couple of hours.
We're going to go till 12.
This is like a long stream.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So I'm just going to get out of the way and start just first because this episode is going to be pretty short.
Sure.
Because we expect more. We expect to have more commentary next week. And so we may be meeting and recording at a different time next week, TBD. But short episode this week, longer episode next week.
Rural Farm Boy is in the chat, by the way, so he will also determine, saying that the Galactic Empire has its eyes and ears on the blockade right now. Rural, it is good to see you, my friend. Welcome to the live stream. We always support the Empire in every way, shape, and form, of course. I know Shaylin has her thoughts on that.
No.
You know, at the end of the day. Oh, that was Commander Nerd, by the way, down there. How's it going this evening?
Hello there. I mean, the Empire is kind of racist, so
This is true.
Yeah, we don't really support the Empire. You support Robin. You support the Sith and the dark side.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
that's connected to the Empire, but the Empire is.
They're a pawn of.
I mean, the Sith do have the cooler outfits.
They really do.
I'm just happy to support
tragic
you guys.
Backstories.
Sean, I'm just happy to support you guys. Of course, the person with all the opinions, my lovely fiance, Miss Shaylin Frost is here. Shaylin, how's it going?
Hello. I'm good.
Hello. Let's get right into it, folks. Boy, oh boy. We thought we were going to get answers. We got some.
We got a bath scene.
We did get a bath scene.
I was expecting I was expecting a little bit of rear nudity. That's what I was expecting. I think Disney does that. Disney can do that now, and I was expecting butt crack.
Well, I mean, House of the Dragon. I mean, you got full on.
The show says TV 14, not TV PG.
Okay. But it's
true.
But that should. I have to look it up. I don't know.
Whoa, you gotta search on private. You can't be,
I can look up what TV ratings mean without it flagging.
Oh, I thought you meant the butt. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, no. We don't do that.
No,
we don't do that. No,
no AI generated nudes. That's rape.
Please no.
We don't do that. We don't do that at all. you had a lot of thoughts about that, Shaylin. Like we were sitting on the couch watching that, and you're like, that missed opportunity right there.
Yeah, I was expecting
I mean,
some ass. I'm sorry.
If you saw the recent House of the Dragon episode, kind of
We've watched. Okay, no spoilers. This is about hi. Star Wars, not House of the Dragon. But I will say attention, and that we just watched the first episode of season 2.
Yep.
So no spoilers. We have not watched, we're not caught up yet. I just finished rewatching season 1, and now we just watched.
You're definitely in for a treat when you get to episode 3.
I've gotten a little bit of spoiled on Instagram, but I don't mind. I know how it ends because it's like a written history that it's like, yeah, anyway.
I'm talking about a specific scene, but it's okay.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Yep.
Anyway, what were we talking about? Robin, can you get us back in?
We're talking about the acolyte.
We're talking about
nudity in TV now, but
yeah.
We're talking about
This is not House of the
talking
Dragon.
about butts.
episode
Yeah.
6 of the Acolyte. Teach Corrupt dropped last evening, and I just want to start off by saying, again, I thought we were going to get flashbacks. I thought we were going to get answers. What we got was a lot of Darth Smiles, Kamir, talking about the power of 2, talking about how the Jedi, in every way, shape, and form, continues to misinform and misalign their Padawans and believers in the Jedi on a pathway that is not true to who they are as a being, people who are kind of scooped up as Force users by the Jedi. And having Darth Teeth here, Kamir, talk with Osha and not be, which surprised me, not attack her, but welcome Osha and giving his knowledge over to her. And Sean, I think what's going on here is that, and this is just my theory based on what happened this episode, Kamir is starting to realize that, yes, May was powerful. I totally get that. But Osha is the key. There is stuff that Osha is holding back from her life, from her experiences, from her sister, from Master Soul, that now Kamir is like, wow, I had the wrong twin the entire time.
He thinks Osha has more potential
Well,
to
think about
become his acolyte.
Correct.
Think about it. She completed the trial. She beat Kamir without a weapon. That's what he wanted.
Yeah.
For May, and she didn't. She failed at that.
Well, the way that I was thinking about it is that May was only motivated by her want for revenge and like vengeance for her sister specifically.
Right.
And I think that Osha is motivated by more than that. Osha's got something going on in terms of her relationship with the Jedi, in terms of, her desire for power.
And
it does make sense because she actually went with the Jedi versus May, who was like, no, I don't want to go with the Jedi. I want to stay with our family and so on and so forth. So once May realized that Osha was still alive, her motivation dried up.
Right.
Yeah.
It's very true. Yeah, Sean, go ahead.
I was going to say, Osha, we found out Osha had failed her training, and I think that's going to actually kind of make her go to the dark side. Like, I mean, that's what I kind of saw that. We kind of saw that past few episodes we've been talking about. It's like kind of a switch of Osha was going to go darker and then May maybe lighter, but who knows?
Yeah. And Master Soul too. Can we talk about that? Because I know Andrew loves the direction from last episode that Soul was heading. I mean, even more here. We thought we had a good guy in Soul. And I think we do. Deep down inside, we've got a pretty good person.
There's still good in him.
He has no soul. He has no soul.
Yeah.
But there is stuff unraveling because he didn't directly get his team killed, but he got his team killed. His Padawan got killed. And just seeing, I just got to give Lee Jung Jae all the credit in the world for his acting. he didn't say anything, but you could see the pain in his face.
Yeah.
And you don't really see Jedi acting like that.
Right.
And it's because Jedi is supposed to be emotionless. And he's like...
He's going through it.
When he looked up to see if they were still in the ship, like it was a bad dream, it's like, damn.
Right. Yeah.
Also, Basil is like the MVP for the ship right now.
Basil's awesome. Yeah, we are big Basil fans at the end of the day here. And I mean, so we've got a couple of things going on. We've actually got 4 different things going on. We've got Soul, who's now trying to come to terms with everything that's happened, the grief, the anger, the sadness, all of that playing into the effects of which Kamir is teaching.
He definitely has survivor's guilt because he's the only one left alive.
Yes, big time. Big time. So
like,
there's that
like we saw that when he just dismisses the calls from Vern.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, and then you've got Master Venestra.
But not Vern, sorry. Whoever was on that call.
He's very complicated. I think he's a lot darker than we give him credit for, and I think we're going to find that out in the next coming episodes. Because he told Osha that he would tell her everything as soon as they got back to the trip. But even if he did know that was made the whole time, which I'm not certain that he did, I think he figured it out along the way. He wasn't open about it. He didn't sit her down and be like, okay, all this has gone through, we've survived it, here's what actually happened. He wasn't open with it. He waited for her to come to him and be like, okay, you said you'd tell me, now tell me. So he's still hiding this secret, even though he told Osha that he would tell her everything. So there's something else going on. Also,
I think May knows a little bit more about Soul than we realize.
Yeah, because he stunned her and then drove off. Like he didn't want the Jedi to find them together.
Well, she like questions. She questioned is like, wait, everything? Like it's like, oh.
So Jay and I have been talking about it. We think Soul killed their mother, and that's what the dark thing that he's hiding from Osha is that he's the one that.
I think
whether it's both the mothers, because we didn't see Coral's body there.
Correct.
Yeah.
But
we didn't see Coral's body.
At least I don't think so. I'll have to go and rewatch it.
No, there's a lot of people online that are commenting and saying that Coral's body was not there.
But I think he could have been the one to be like, no, we're taking both of them, and then all shit hit the fan.
Right. I mean, that would explain a lot, and it would also move the story forward in a way based on this upcoming episodes where we are definitely. I'm pretty confident that we're going to finally get those flashbacks. We're 2 episodes out from the finale.
Can we talk about Kamir's scars on his back, please?
Yeah, I mean,
So my theory, not knowing a ton of Star Wars stuff, not knowing a ton of like background lore, I think that he is a lot older than he presents himself to be. So he looks to be this, I mean, I know how old the actor is, but the character looks to be like, I would say mid-30s at most. I think he's significantly older than that. Because if he was in the Jedi Order in recent memory, Osha would likely know about him, likely would have crossed his path.
Right.
Because she was in the Jedi Order for a while, and he would have had to have been a Jedi youngling or Padawan or whatever level he ended up getting to. I would say probably up to Padawan, given his skills. I don't think that level of training can be, he's definitely changed his lightsaber skills and added new techniques and so on. But I don't think that comes from being self-taught. I think that definitely has to come from somewhere. So I think he's significantly older than he looks.
Right.
Because technically,
I'm saying like a generation older than he looks.
Like Palpatine basically did the same thing with his Palpatine face. When he gets like the Force lightning like struck onto his face, that's his actual face. Whereas Chancellor face is the facade.
Yeah.
So I could see something like that because Palpatine was basically hiding his age because he's like 190 by Rise of Skywalker, if not older. But yeah, I could see him being significantly older. I don't think it's Sol that was his master. I think
Vern was his.
Because Vanessa is basically 150 where we are in Acolyte. It could very well that she was his master and something happened where they fought and she used the light whip and it got us back like that. Then he joined the Sith, and then because the Sith have rules, he broke off from that, and that's what's starting the Knights Ren. So they don't exactly have rules, but they still tap into the dark side.
But he's still heavily influenced by the Sith rule of two, kind of the allure of the power of two.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah,
which
he follows
is
a lot
absolutely wild to me, because if he was part of the Sith at any point and learned about the rule of two, he would have also learned the history of the rule of two, which is that the acolyte or the learner always kills the teacher. So why would you want a student if they're eventually going to kill you? Just
I mean, Vader. That was
maybe he thinks
Vader's
he can change
goal
that,
too.
but
Vader always wanted to take on somebody else in order for him to have that backup in order to eventually get rid of Palpatine.
Yeah,
but Vader wasn't strong enough in order to do that at the end of the day.
And plus, Palpatine made sure there was life support that would short circuit if he used the Force lightning.
Correct.
On his suit. So he was already handicapped to begin with. If Vader never got handicapped like he did from Obi-Wan, it would have been a question whether Anakin would have overthrown Palpatine. It would have just been a matter of time. That's why Palpatine was able to stay as a master for so long, because he was, whenever an apprentice failed him or there was another one that he was just waiting to turn, like Anakin.
He was just keeping Vader alive because it suited his needs. The moment that Vader turned on him or didn't suit his needs any longer, he would have just pulled the plug on him.
Yeah, basically. Like, that's why he was like, oh, Luke, go kill your dad.
Yeah. There's more to Khmer that we have not solved just yet. The idea that he brought up the rule of two here. I mean, I heard that, and I know that we've been talking about it for a while. It was like, okay, so we're going there with it. At first I was concerned. I'm like, are they going to try to rewrite Darth Bane's rule of two? And I was like,
that's the other thing.
But if he's a Knight of Ren, isn't that a completely different thing?
Correct.
That's
what I want to get to. Correct. Yes.
Right.
That's the other thing, because the cortosis that he does wear, which
love that
they do name in the episode.
Yes,
those that are like, it doesn't make no sense. They named it in the episode, and there's a specific Sith Lord that wore cortosis armor that created the rule of two. And also, did you see the cortosis that was kind of like in?
I missed
what would be cool is if this is the planet that Bane started his campaign on, destroying the Dark Council and everything like that.
Yeah,
but I have a feeling it's Act 2.
I was gonna say, unknown planet. No, it's Act 2.
It looks exactly like where we found Luke. So
this looks like the same exact cave almost.
Almost.
No,
but it would be cool if
he's in like the underbelly of the island.
No, I see what you're saying, Andrew. It would be cool if they connected back to Darth Bane. Maybe they re-scripted as Octu was the place where Darth Bane,
That's why, like, where Rey went, where the darkness was, that could have been where a lot of the dark side energy originated from.
I think that's how when OSHA puts on the helmet, it's going to be very similar to that.
Yeah.
Or Ash. Oh, sorry, Ash.
Which he basically has Magneto's helmet.
Yeah.
Because it blocks out from them reading his mind.
But Rule, this is the thing. Okay.
One, take Collider with a grain of salt. Huge grain of salt these days.
Correct. However, Leslie, we have come to learn, is also the master of leading us down a specific direction and then throwing us for a complete loop, as we have seen.
At least we got to see Jackie in this episode.
Oh, talk about salt in the wound. Oh, for Jackie fans and Yord Horde, like that was the worst scene you could have.
But we got to see them again.
Andrew, you are such a positive person. You were just
Vern just looked at him like, you know what? Okay, let's move on. Let's not pick up the bodies.
But we finally got to see the light whip actually be used.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Which was pretty dope.
That was really cool. We're thinking that the scar on Khmer, it has the same trajectory, the same.
But it's like, how would that necessarily work with the light whip? Wouldn't it? I mean, we'll obviously find out, but it's like, it's still like, I don't know.
So we gotta have a flashback in this next episode, right?
Yes.
We would have to. That's why
unless they're doing it for the last episode. Like
it would be terrible if they save it for the last episode. Because like Jay and I were talking, it's like these next episodes have to be an hour long to wrap up everything that they need to if they're not getting a season 2. Because from what I'm hearing, they're not getting a season 2 now. I don't know. Could just be bullshit. So
it sounds like it, but we'll find out, I guess, right?
Yeah.
It's just up all less than 2 episodes.
That's the thing.
I mean, we still have the stuff with Torben. We don't even know what the deal with Torben is.
I mean, they're still going to play in the High Republic era because,
of course, yes,
everything that's been in the media, like Jedi Survivor, Acolyte Alone, the books, we're going to be in the High Republic timeline for a while.
Quite a while. Yep, I would agree.
I mean, hell, I'd love to see the Nile because they're essentially Vikings in the Star Wars universe. They sound cool as fuck.
Yeah, they sound dope. They sound really freaking cool. Yeah, I think that listen, everything Leslie is doing now, and you know the certain parts of the fandom. Oh well, yeah, that's what I'm talking to. Most people can just shut the hell up because what Leslie is doing is
the Star Wars theory.
Oh,
no. We hate it, but we're still watching it. Okay.
Oh my god. She is setting up the next group of whatever that.
Oh, she's turning Star Wars woke.
Andrew, you know what? Listen to that Palpatine laugh. Listen to that Palpatine cackle over there. He knows. He knows he's firing me up over here.
I just know your trigger words.
Oh, they're so good.
It's woke, Star Wars is dead, Star Wars theory.
And a catty party.
No, that's what gets me triggered.
Yeah, I mean, this episode, again, I think the big takeaways, we'll go around the horn here about our big takeaways from this episode. The takeaways that we've get from this. But Basil stands out big time. Pip is back on a dark side version, which I think is interesting.
Well, he got
when she resetted him, his
the red eyes
turned
red. she literally factory reset it like you would your.
Did you notice that?
Yeah. That's when Sol knew it was May, I think.
I think Basil told him.
Yeah. You think so? Basil did a little sniff, and he was like, "Whoa!"
Well, Basil was like, "You're not OSHA," and then he charged at her legs and was kicking her in the stops on her foot.
Don't forget it.
He said, "For the Republic," and stepped on her foot.
Rural Farm Boy's got some comments for us to share. I would love to play a voicemail, some fan feedback from folks on our next episode for sure.
Yeah,
that'll be fun. That'd be a lot of fun.
Actually, it might finally line up to where Jay might actually be able to join.
See, there we go. That would be absolutely perfect. Around the horn right now, Sean, takeaways from this episode, what you're looking forward to for next week, possibly. Do we get a flashback? Your thoughts here.
You get a flash forward.
Ooh, interesting. Wait, that's how that works, though. Okay.
Yeah. Flashback from flash forward. Okay. No. I like this episode. It was not the best, but I did like how it was kind of eased in of everything. Like kind of not take a break, but like we said, we got more
after
questions.
the last episode we had, we kind of needed a small breather.
Yeah.
But again, we got to see Jackie again.
Yeah. For a split second. It was sad to see her.
Not your turn yet, Andrew.
Not your turn. Andrew, do you want to collab on my turn?
Yes.
Go ahead. No.
I changed my mind.
I think the last shot of Osha putting it on was probably the best shot in the series.
Yeah, but you can't see through the helmet.
I mean, like the vibe. Andrew,
yes.
are you
just
want to go?
What are you doing?
I'm just saying you can't see through the lenses.
I know.
It's like me trying.
Kind of the
it's like
point.
me trying to see without my glasses on.
You can't do that. Put those back on.
Like that?
Sean, no. Shayla, no. You can't do it.
Wait, ready?
Oh no. I love.
I can make a vote, Robin.
Hey, thanks for that.
I can't see shit.
Whoa, easy.
Sorry.
Just take it easy, man.
Easy, man. I just love all of you take off your glasses and it's just like. Yes. Oh man, Andrew, Sean, are you done? I just want to make sure you're good.
No, my final thought is
okay.
I hope we have a flashback of like Kamir and maybe his master. That's what I want to see.
Love that. Andrew, fire away.
Well, I enjoyed the episode. Wish it was a little longer, but that's just because I'm greedy. Because House of the Dragon has been like 3 hours long each. With all three of these episodes, it's like 3 hours of content. Yeah. I'm just greedy, and I liked when Soul actually stunned May and then like chained her up. He's like, "You're gonna listen." It's like, I'm done with your shit. You're gonna listen. But also, talk about timing. They literally left, and then Vernestra shows up.
Yeah, did you notice that? Yeah. They run into each other. Like,
how did you not see her?
He left this way, and she came in that way. So
but I'm excited to see where the next episode goes. Hope it's an hour, but probably gonna be some 45-minute bullshit. But not bullshit, but still.
Oh, I know what you're saying.
But like I said earlier before we recorded, I will be fine if they drop the last 2 episodes at the same time.
That'd be cool.
I want them to drop on my birthday though, so
we can't have that. Yeah,
can't have that.
Can't have that.
Damn it.
Shaylin, on that note, what are your final thoughts on this episode? Some fun. I know you got some thoughts for the fans.
I have some thoughts.
We're giving you the
floor. My final thoughts on the episode is that it just served to build the tension in all the different places, right? There was no real payoff in this episode. There was just we built tension in Osha and her situation. We built tension with May and Soul. We built tension with the Jedi. We're just building on that, and then the next couple of episodes are going to be a payoff. The problem, and what I really wanted to talk about, was the fandom's response to this series as a whole. I think my interpretation of the fandom's response has been largely negative. There's a lot of criticism. There's a lot of nitpicking. There's a lot of kind of gross attacks on the writers and directors. So that's not appropriate, first of all. And the actors too, like they don't deserve that. So we know that. I saw somewhere somebody said that the more content we get in the Star Wars universe, the less, I guess, sacred or sacred's not really the right word, the less precious it becomes, the less revered it becomes. When we only had 4 movies, they were like the best movies you've ever seen, right? And then the prequels came out, and the prequels sucked, and then the sequels came out, and then the sequels sucked, and the prequels were fine. So every time we get new content in this world, it's like you can't win because we've been begging for new content. We as fans have been begging for content since the very first film ever came out. It has been a fan favorite. This universe has been a fan favorite. Everybody has been begging for more content. We consume it. We adore it. Right. We read the books. We watch the TV shows. We get the comics. We go to the conventions. But every time something new comes out, it's attacked. So the creators can't win. And I think we as fans need to take a really close look at that. Because, yes, we'll critique some things and we'll say, hey, this maybe doesn't line up great. I wonder how they're going to play that off. I think in general, stuff like The Mandalorian and the Obi-Wan series and the Ahsoka series have done a really, really good job of both bridging the gap between the Clone Wars and the original series and kind of repairing the, I don't want to say damage, but glaring plot holes that the sequels brought up. So I appreciate the work that those are doing, because the Acolyte is set so far in advance of everything that we've already known. It's not doing either of those jobs. It's not bridging the gap between the prequels and the original trilogy, and it is not paving in the plot holes between the original trilogy and the sequels. So it's all out here on its own. Yeah. Which I think might be why it's getting so much criticism, because it's not doing a job the way that The Mandalorian did a job. It's not doing a job the way that Obi-Wan did a job. And so I think that opens it up to a lot more criticism, because we don't have any kind of familiar characters. The rules are a little bit different because it's so far before what we know. And it's pulling in a lot of, I'm believing it's pulling in a lot from Legends and the comics and stuff that people like fans like me who haven't read those stories are not familiar with. So it's referencing a lot of material that fans of the kind of the screen adaptations don't know. So I think as fans, we just need to, first of all, let the writers and directors and actors do their jobs, okay? Nobody is going to destroy the story, and it is completely inappropriate to tweet at a writer who is doing their job that this isn't real Star Wars anyway, and I'm not gonna. This isn't my Star Wars. That's that's not nice. So I guess that's just my 2 cents.
And I mean, yeah, unfortunately, it's a huge thing that's been in the fandom since the prequels. And like, I was a fan of the prequels growing up because that's my Star Wars. And I was always told that I was wrong. And it's like, it's all repeating itself again, where it's like, if you like Acolyte, Mandalorian, anything like that, you're not a true Star Wars fan. In my view, anyone who likes Star Wars, you're a true Star Wars fan. You can just like one of the movies, you can like the comic books, the video games, anything. You're a true Star Wars fan in my book. But when you start attacking anyone in the fandom, the actors, the creators, and just attacking them, sending them vile stuff, because a lot of the fandom have been sending death threats to other people in the fandom, and that's just wrong.
It's horrible.
And I want to step in and just say there's a big, sorry, and I'll let you go in a second. There's a really big difference between critiquing a funky plot line or a funky storyline like we do with the sequels. We have problems with the way the sequels were handled.
Yeah.
But our problems are not Daisy Ridley. Our problems are not the people in the writer's room who had to make do with the new ownership. That's not our problem. It was a systemic problem that went beyond any individual person. So there's a big difference between critiquing a story and attacking individual people. I'll let you keep going.
I mean, it's basically, not to go back to Game of Thrones, but it's basically the same situation that's happened with the actor who played Joffrey Lannister, Jack Gleason. He got so much harassment because Joffrey's an asshole. maybe Jack Gleason's an asshole in real life, but he's playing a character in a show. It's not a real person. And then he got so much harassment, he stopped acting after he was done on Game of Thrones. And it's like, it's kind of happening again with House of the Dragon as well, because the actor who plays Cole the Knight, he's been getting shit like death threats now too because of all the shit in House of the Dragon. It's like, these people need a reality check. They need to go, one, touch some grass, look themselves in the mirror and be like, you're a fucking clown. And you can come at me all you want. I don't give a shit. But when you're harassing people, one, this show could get someone into Star Wars. Do you not want people to get into Star Wars? Because I remember in high school, it wasn't cool to like Star Wars. Now it is, because everyone loves Star Wars. But, well, it's a love-hate relationship with the fandom from what it seems like. But it makes me embarrassed to be a part of the fandom because of how it could be like a small group, but they're the loudest group that everyone focuses on. And that's why Brick City, we try to at least bring in that community, because you're allowed to have your views on anything with Star Wars.
Yeah.
It doesn't discredit how you feel about it, what you interpret it, because it's how you view it. And no one should be able to be like, no, you're wrong in your opinion, and you should be ashamed of yourself, or you should go kill yourself. No one should be telling anyone to go kill themselves.
That's right. No.
Completely inappropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. It absolutely is. And I think that we've been very lucky to have the fandom we have that is positive behind us. We've had, I'll shout him out right now. Ryan Bullock has been absolutely incredible on Twitter. We have Wikipedia, who was recently under attack across social media from all these fans. And we hop behind him. We did the hashtag We Support Wikipedia. We did a whole bunch of different efforts and retweeting everybody else's content.
Robin, Shaylin's raising her hand.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
I was waiting until you were done with your idea. But I just wanted to jump in and say, we have the kind of mind-blowing privilege of being able to connect on an individual basis with our actors, our writers, our producers, our directors via social media. And some of these people are incredibly generous with their time, in that they will respond to the fans and they have an open dialogue with the fans. And there are people who are abusing that privilege, who are telling the writers that you ruined my thing. Yeah. That's not okay.
Yeah.
It's their story.
The question you should be asking is, hey, why did you make that choice? Why was this decision made? Why did this character do this thing?
Productive conversation.
Why did this episode end like this? Right? You need to think critically. It shouldn't be blame. It should be questioning. If you have an issue with how an episode went, if you think something was done incorrectly, try to open your mind to why that decision was made. Ask the writer. You have the option to talk to the writer and say, hey, this decision in the series kind of confused me. Can you go back and watch? Because I guarantee you that these writers know their stuff. They know the lore. They know what they're referencing, because they wouldn't have that job if they didn't.
That's why they got hired for it. People got to stop pointing fingers, honestly.
So celebrate your writers, celebrate your actors, and don't take that privilege of being able to connect with them for granted.
Yeah.
Because this is the first time we've ever been able to do that in terms of social media existing, because it didn't exist during the original for sure. Didn't exist during the prequels.
Mhm.
It sort of existed during the sequels, but it is real now.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
Right. And I mean,
that's why I reference that, because I saw a thread where a writer was being very generous with her time and responding to people, and people were saying directly back to her, that's not my real Star Wars, so it doesn't matter.
Let me be completely honest here too. I agree, Shaylin. I totally agree across the line that people need to really think about the way in which they address these folks, because number one, it's not the fan story, it's their story. They were hired to do this. They were hired to write this. They were given all the trust by Dave Filoni, Kathleen Kennedy, and the entire Lucasfilm team in order to accomplish this. The one thing I will say here, and it might get me in trouble, but I'm willing to say it here. It's on a very serious level. This is systematic. It is a very specific group of people who are very much motivated by a very specific political ideology that are deciding to say, I'm going to forward my agenda and the agenda of this side of the political spectrum through attacking folks in the Star Wars fandom, because this was my Star Wars. There is deep racism on that side. There's deep sexism on that side. There is deep systematic issues that have been coming from folks who have been easily manipulated by very powerful people within that group. Now, I'm not going to name names specifically. I would love to, but I know it's going to get us in a lot of trouble.
It's okay. We all know who you're talking about.
We know exactly who you're talking about. But I will say it here first. I have been around these people, and I'm not sure that the fandom recognizes this. I have been around these people physically in a position of power, almost 200 of them on a daily basis. There is no negotiating with some of them. It is their way or the highway. All we can continue to do is to show them a little bit of the light, and hopefully they follow that. But at the end of the day, trolls. Exactly, you don't feed the trolls. But what I will,
you don't feed them after midnight, or you don't get them wet.
I want to reiterate this to the nth degree, because we are in a time and period where things could head south very easily, and it's going to be because of these people that it happens. These are people that are skewing a narrative a very specific way, and I'm calling them out right now because we know who you're voting for in November. We know exactly what direction you're heading, and if you're thinking you're fooling anybody by this, you're wrong.
I mean, in general, we're just fucked by November anyway.
Either way.
But I just wanted to put that out there because they need to know. You know, I at the end of the day, I've seen this, I've dealt with this, I've been threatened by it, I've received emails, I have received letters in the mail calling for my life from this specific group of people. So I've been there, I've done that, and I know who you are. The rest of us know who you are, and you may be hiding behind your screen, but we know what your intentions are at the end of the day, and it's not the majority of the people around you. So figure it out. Figure it out, and figure it out fast. That's where I'm at with that.
I wish I could say everything you guys said.
How do you feel,
you guys?
Yeah, John, go ahead. Yeah,
I can't say everything you guys said. I think all you guys said what my mind is thinking. I just wish people were nice to each other.
People were nice. It's so true.
But it doesn't happen.
One sentence. I just wish people were nice to each other.
We're pretty nice to each other.
I think so. I
hate you.
Mostly.
Okay.
Oh, Sean,
okay, love you guys.
Robin.
Love you guys.
You know what?
Love you.
We love you all out there, the entire part of the fandom, as we wrap up
Peace,
here
love, and the
on this
force.
episode. That's right. For light and for life, of course.
Also, no one over 75 should be president. But that's
there we go. See, there we go. There we go. That's what we've been looking for. Somebody had to say it.
I mean,
trust me.
Renee and I talk about it all the fucking time.
The sirens has said it too. So
yeah,
the sirens are telling us
it's the signs.
They're coming after me now.
As we wrap up here on Brick City Blockade episode 70, of course, thank you all for tuning in once again.
I can't believe we made it to 70.
It's crazy. I mean, based on everything we just outlined, it's like, did we make it to 70? I don't know.
Yeah, we might have to have a finale show soon.
we'll do a 24-hour live stream.
That will become the Blockade Brick City.
Blockade Brick City.
Yeah, we're just changing your name.
Yeah, just changing the name around a little bit. The Wick City Blockade.
You're really
no, we're not doing that. I'm gonna put my foot down on that one. That's not okay.
We're done with that. Anyway, as we wrap up here, of course, it's that very special time of the show. It's a little thing we like to call plug time. Here at the Brick City. I see you. I see you, Andrew.
I saw you pucker a little bit over there.
I was thinking about it. Mr. Sean Michaud, where can the good people find you across social media?
Me on Twitter, Sean Michaud.
Me on Twitter.
me on Instagram. It is LD. Me on Facebook.
Mr. Commander Nerd, where can the good people find you?
Well, you can find me on Twitter at Commander Nerd. You can find me on YouTube at Commander Nerd. Be sure to tune in on Friday at 8 p.m. for a watch along of Van Helsing. It's going to be a lot of fun, and if you're free, feel free to join in. It'll be a fun time to see some classic Universal monsters just fight each other. And you can also find me on Instagram at Andrew62592, and you can also find me at Silver Screen Con in September.
It's going to be a good old time for sure.
Robin, how many viewers do we have right now?
28.
Okay, well, you guys are in for a little treat because I'm actually going to give you my handles tonight.
Whoa! Wait! Whoa!
Yeah.
Whoa!
I'm going to open it up. You can slide in the DMs. You can follow me.
No! You think you can do that? You're not allowed to do that.
No pictures, please. No.
Remember,
unless it's pictures of Kamir.
Remember, be nice.
Yeah, be nice to me. Okay.
Yes,
if you're not nice to me, I'll have to go back to private. Anywhere you get your social media, I am at Shaylin Grace, just like how it appears on the screen. There, right there. That is Instagram, Twitter X, and YouTube. I have some old vlogs on YouTube.
Oh, damn.
If I get a certain number of followers, I might start vlogging again.
Whoa! Whoa!
Well, hold on. We got to get Robin vlogging first.
No, you don't.
He's like, I'm going to vlog and
He'll
stuff
just
at
be in my
PAX.
vlog.
I mean, they did nothing.
I do my vlogs with my iPad.
You could do it with your phone.
I'll do it with my watch. You guys can follow me.
So at Shaylin Grace.
You guys can follow me over on Twitter at X_Robin W Vote. Over on Instagram and I guess _ Robin W Vote. Please.
You can also find him on RedTube.
That's not true. You cannot find me.
Andrew, episode 69 is over, please.
Oh, damn.
You guys can follow the Brick City Blockade over on Twitter at Real Fandom Talk, of course, over on Instagram at Real Fandom Talk. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on YouTube, like these episodes, share them out across social media, and make sure to subscribe over on Spotify and Apple Podcasts for all the latest releases. This one's coming right away for all of y'all. We're going to be taking on to the road for July 4th on your way to your barbecues, on the way back from your barbecues, wherever those might be. Or maybe from a baseball game, too.
Remember, grab those glizzies, please.
I mean, they did play Star Wars New Hope at Fenway Park last night.
I did hear
pretty
that.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm curious how the sound was there, though.
Yeah. Tony said, Robin, give vlogging, use your phone. No, Tony, I use my phone. That's what I do.
He'll cameo in my vlogs. Don't worry about it.
Hey, look at that.
It's not good enough. We need more content on Brick City Blockade. Do vinyl hunts. Do something.
Actually, vinyl hunts would be fun.
I've been telling you this for years.
Until next time, folks.
Just don't listen to me.
He's still not listening.
Until next time, folks,
we
will see you on episode 71 of the Brick City Blockade podcast. We will see you soon. Have a fantastic July 4th. Enjoy those glizzies, like Sean says. And hey, May the force be with you.
And eat corn the long way.
Always.
Do.
Did you think we were done yet? It's time for a Kiani party!